Okay, back for some more abuse from the defect. I think last run was going pretty well, and then, well, until it wasn't, but we can go ahead and transform or get a scroll box. And there's a lot of early shops to the degree it's almost difficult to avoid them, but let's go ahead and start with some campfires. I don't know why the word campfire just triggered my country accent, but I think I can keep it in check. I suppose there is a path that we can avoid the shop, but if we like here, we can choose between an elite or a shop without losing a campfire. Yeah, I think Scrollbox just has the potential to offer us something crazy, which, at least of these options, it appears is not going to happen. But this one has a glacier. I mean, an early glacier. I think I would like to not take damage. It generally seems to be a winning strategy most of the time. Unfortunately here, it appears we are going to take quite a bit of damage. And playing the defend wasn't a misplay because it wouldn't have been lethal. Although this will be lethal. So I think part of the reason I got absolutely clapped with Defect last run was because I was kind of not fully paying attention to what I was doing. Despite ironically having a deck completely built around the idea of focus, I think I could have been focusing a lot better. But this time, I'm going to do my best to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. I think that's going to make things work out a lot better. Okay. I was kind of hoping the lightning evocation would hit the other one, but I suppose it doesn't matter that much. An early subroutine while we have 1 power is kind of funny. Go for the eyes is of course very good. I would love to build a crazy power deck and also not run into Lightbulb guy. On the other hand, maybe we just need to go for the eyes. We're also against Lagavulin, which is something to consider. Thankfully, she doesn't decrease our focus. We could take a greed and hit up an early shop, but I don't know. We have some good stuff, like good cards already. So I don't think we quite need it. It would appear it probably would have been a great move. We can hit 2 elites without compromising a campfire on this floor. Okay, this is probably the best guy to run into on this floor regarding elites. Running into someone like the Venus flytraps could have been an absolute nightmare. We can go ahead and get a loop out there, although... that's fine, that's fine. We definitely don't need to play a leap right now. Theoretically, we could kill him on the next turn, but it would appear that's not going to happen with the amount of dazes that we drew. I think something like a glacier and a leap, it gets our lightning orb to the front, and surely we draw dual cast soon, like perhaps now. I'm actually going to play the ball lightning first so that we can dual cast a frost and take less damage, as unfortunate as it is. And a glacier kills. Funny how something like that works. An ornamental fan could be interesting. We did take the go for the eyes, but last time I took claws, I died basically immediately after. Cool-headed could be nice. We kind of have a strength thing going on right now. Compile driver could be interesting, but I'm going to unfortunately skip the cool-headed right now. And go ahead and make go for the eyes apply 2 weak. Now it's basically a neutralize as long as we draw it on the right turn, right? Or an upgrade neutralize. Taking 3 damage. The problem with doing Sword of the Stone, or Sword of Stone, is we're kind of going to have to Elite Hunt, which could be very bad. I think I want to Glacier and dual cast. It makes it so that 3 strikes next turn kills, which was kind of a tall order, but the lightning will kill. See defrag, take defrag. Don't have to think about that one too much. Yeah, I guess we'll fight another elite, although I'm kind of scared about it. A potion belt. Now all we need is an alchemize. This guy kind of scares me, so I'm just going to pop the strength potion. Getting out of that turn only taking 2 damage is kind of nice. He has 6 coming our way, and we have 8 block with the frost orbs with defrag. Which is kind of crazy, but 24 damage is not what I like to see. So maybe something like loop, zap, dual cast. That has us taking 6 damage. And we can stun him this turn and just get as much damage out there as we can. We're about to be in a world of hurt next turn. Thankfully, we should have lethal just with the orbs. Perfect, perfect. Strike dummy kind of... If we see some focus strikes, I'd be glad to have it. I mean, I'd be glad to have focus strike regardless. I don't think we have anything super expensive going on to justify taking either of these. Maybe a null could be good, but I don't think I want it right now. What I do want is to not take damage from this guy, but it would appear that is not going to happen. We're only taking 2, but it still gives him 3 strength, which doesn't feel like a good start. This will do 20 damage. I'm not sure what the debuff he's going to be applying to us is, but it's frail. If we do 18, he'll die to the orbs. That was scary. I feel as if I've had a brush with death, and therefore I will rest. Now I suppose there is like a crackhead argument for not resting, in the sense that it makes you play safer the closer to death you are, probably. I can only play 1 skill per turn, so I'm gonna take 5 damage. Exactly like that. Like, if I had been super low on HP, it's possible that I would have played that better. I think I'm going to gamble. Okay. Gamble successful. We only took 2 damage, and we have lethal. Things seem to be going well so far, and it would appear that we're basically building the same deck as last time. But last run, I got to learn many lessons that I will surely apply. Ah, that I will surely apply in this run. I mean, we've already gotten through this combat. Spinner would be really nice, but Focus Strike, I think, is nicer. I'm not sure if that's even proper grammar. Let me know in the comments down below or whatnot. I think a loop upgrade may be our most important option here. Especially since that's what we're going to be able to get out in the initial phase of Lagavulin. We unfortunately can't play Ball Lightning there. But we can go ahead and hit a hot fix, and I think I'll wait for a better turn next turn. Unfortunate. It also allows us to get our defrag out there. And we gotta wake her up at some point. Probably should have played the Glacier, but that's alright. Maybe it wasn't alright, maybe we really needed to play Glacier. Probably should have used both of these earlier. I think another loop could be helpful. And then I kind of don't want to evoke. Because lightning, unlike glass, just adds a flat 5 for when it's evoked. And our strike dummy, which can be seen on the video, is actually kind of useful. And if we don't block here, we will die. I really need to see my Glacier. There it is. Weakened for 2 turn is helpful. We're really getting some good damage out on her. I think I need to play Zap Glacier. There may have been lethal that turn, but I am not the one to figure that one out. I think playing another Glacier moves our Lightning Orb up front, and so Dual Cast will kill, or Loop will kill. Rewarded. A multicast is obviously good. A modded is also pretty good. Multicast with our focus could be very interesting, but I think modded with our focus gives us more orbs to work with. That yummy cookie is suspiciously shaped like me. Now how silly would it be if he were unmade by one of his own? Oh. Maybe Tez is referring to the architect? I don't think I've ever taken Pumpkin Candle, and Toasty Mittens scares me. So I'll upgrade 4 cards. We have upgrades that we want to do, like one of these, one of those. And I mean, we won't play Zap every time we see it for the most part. Now, we could hit up this shop. We also need to hit 3 elites. So this is 2 campfires and 3 elites, but 2 of the elites are before the chest. Kind of scary. This is 3 campfires and no elites. Well, I guess we could go this way for 1 elite. I think we need to go down this risky path, unfortunately. We have the shackling potion. Might be able to save our life. And this guy will die to exactly 3 attacks. And that means tanking 3 damage. No, we'll have the ornamental fan. Okay, okay. That worked. Play a modded into a defrag into a glacier. into a hotfix. End up taking no damage. This fight is going pretty well so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Especially since he just dies when I hit end turn. A Radiant Tincture is nice to have. Could go for another loop. Unfortunately, it's not going to benefit from the temporary focus. I don't like taking 7 damage here, but it's the cost of doing business, I suppose. I don't think we're going to be able to attack him 5 times. We're definitely not going to be able to attack him 5 times. And we also have no frost orbs up, so I think we could probably benefit from something like a chill. Could maybe chill out a bit. Oh, well, he did steal our glacier. Kind of rude, quite frankly. Go for the Eyes will greatly benefit from the Sword of Stone when it's activated. Hologram lets us bring back Glacier, which is our only Frost card right now. Hologram also is just a very versatile card. I think creating an ultimate defend is a bit better right now. We'll probably want to play it every time we see it. I took Tempest last time and it didn't feel like it was doing what I needed it to do. Bellows would be really nice, although we just took a relic that let us upgrade 4 cards. So a lot of our upgrades that we want to hit are already upgraded. I don't think we can afford Membership Card and Happy Flower. Charge Battery could be really nice. Happy Flower is also really nice. How about we're fighting 3 elites? What if we got a card removal, remove a defend to buy a charge battery, and then buy a power potion and a gambler's brew? The gambler's brew will make it less likely that we die to just bad draw. I think I might want to save the power potion for Scarier Elite, although I don't want to disrespect old Prism Man. I think we need to just focus on not taking damage right now. And I think we can go ahead and play the Radiant Tincture. I suppose we can just play all of our cards. We're going to take 8 damage, but I want to save the Shackling Potion for this multi-attack. Although we may not need it. I don't want to get too greedy, though. We have enough block, so we can go ahead and do a strike instead. Maybe multicast could have been really good if we picked up that spinner, but there's no way we could have known. Other than like maybe some psychic powers, but I don't know how many of those I have in me. We're not going to take damage, and the fight should be over next turn. So I think that Radiant Tincture, especially since we got a duplicator after the fight, was probably a good decision. Not really wanting to invite chaos into my deck. The subroutine could be interesting. It kind of incentivizes me to take every power I see, and I really like the powers. I could upgrade it immediately so that it's not a dead draw. Well, I mean, it could be a dead draw, but a 0 energy dead draw, but I want to go ahead and rest. Here's Decimillipede. And I think I may literally want to use the Shackling Potion this turn instead of playing the Glacier. I'm still going to take 1 damage, but that's probably fine. Unfortunately, can't hologram back my Glacier. I could... probably a Power Potion? Kind of put myself in a bad spot here. Surely 3 new cards will change this poor experience. We're not going to be taking too much damage, but we're also not getting any value out of focus right now. We don't have any orbs up. An ultimate defend. 2 focus strikes unfortunately doesn't kill him while we have the weakened up. Maybe I just want to play it safe and try and spread my damage out a bit. And by play it safe, I mean take significant unnecessary damage. On the other hand, I am pretty glad I rested. I don't know how I feel about spreading all the damage out like this. It's making us take more damage, but hopefully in the long term, we're actually taking less damage. Okay. I was hoping that was the way it worked. A motion chip. If you lost HP during the previous turn, trigger the passive ability of all orbs at the start of your turn. Interesting. That is very interesting. I might want to take a glasswork just because of the focus. A Juzu bracelet does incentivize me to go into question marks. I learned how metamorphosis works last run. It does not work the way I thought it worked. And since we just added a glassworks, I suppose we can cut another defend. And by another defend, I mean our last defend. And since we just took 9 damage to do a card removal, I guess we'll rest. 1 more elite, and then we activate our Sword of Stone. I think I immediately want to pop a Power Potion. A spinner seems pretty nice. We're going to... I could have played the subroutine first. We're really going to need to... I have no way to block. That's honestly tragic. On the other hand, it's 14 damage, and he's weakened for 2 turns. I don't think I want to play Strike. We really need our first deck cycle to be good so we can set up quickly here. I don't know, sometimes if you can play all the cards in your hand, you should play them all right. A defrag, a focus strike, ball lightning, and then a charge battery. I know we added a couple of dazes to our deck, but our goal is to cycle these glasses as soon as we can. Nothing against glasses, but I used to wear glasses. I don't anymore. I got lasers shot into my eyes. If you did not... I'm not sure how often Ripple Basin will actually be doing something for us, but it's nice to have, I suppose. I don't want to lose my capacitor. I don't want to lose that either. I guess I'll lose my hologram because I don't want to take an absurd amount of damage. Who is the next elite? We fought B guy, we fought Decimillipede, and we fought Prism. I think that's all of the elites. We have such a good deck, but I don't want to risk death. We're barely not going to get enough block from that, which is kind of... Never mind. We got Ripple Basin. Okay. So immediately after I disrespected Ripple Basin, it has proven its worth. And I would never disrespect Ornamental Fan. 3 attacks for 4 block doesn't feel like a lot until it starts being a lot. Okay. This time we're taking damage, but Your Honor, in my client's defense, he thought he had lethal on the Bullbug. This seems to be more than enough block. And was I gonna say more than enough damage to just hit the end turn button? It appears that was not the case. An upgraded Sunder could be... It could be pretty good, but it would have been nicer to have a lot earlier. Unfortunate, and we're definitely going to have to rest against Knowledge Demon, and I do not mind burning every single power for it. Or, sorry, every single potion for it. That would be a crazy mechanic if you could just take away your powers. We unfortunately don't have like a power potion or anything we would want to play on the first turn. I'm not sure if we have enough card draw for Mind Rot to be a good idea. I'll try Disintegration. And you know I'm taking this seriously because I called it Mind Rot instead of Brain Rot. We probably need to use the Duplicator Potion on Defrag, if I had to guess. So right now I'm gonna play it slow and just not take damage. Or sorry, take 1 damage. Which tactively activates the emotion chip. Now I am going to defrag, or duplication defrag. And probably use a weakness potion. Let's put a zap in front and then a focus strike. Well, I think I want to play capacitor actually. And we'll have 18 block to his 24 damage. May as well get the weaken potion out. I gotta remember Disintegrate. Thankfully I keep getting extra block from sources that I forget about. And that's more than enough block. We also have 3 versions of loop up. So we get 3 procs from our first orb at the start of each turn, which is quite nice. Go ahead and throw the glass in front. And then... Glacier? Maybe dual cast Ball Lightning. I don't know. I think I don't want another stack of Disintegration. I mean, I don't want either of them. They should add a skip button to this. I'll take Sloth. I'm immediately going to regret it, but I suppose that's fine. It would be really nice to have lethal this turn. I hate Knowledge Demon. Watching him die is so satisfying. I think this might be a C Echo Form, take Echo Form. I don't think I like Fiddle, although we don't really have much card draw except for modded. I don't really like Apparition. We don't have Retain or anything. And Lord's Parasol will brick your run. So maybe I do want Fiddle. Now watch it offer a... What's the card that gives Defect? It's a power. Gives Defect 1 additional card draw at the start of each turn. It's not Creative AI. That one gives you a power at the start of each turn. Man, these paths suck. Well, I'm really glad I didn't take Parasol, because we're going to have to hit a shop. I mean, I suppose we don't have to, but it'd be pretty goofy not to. We can play a subroutine and play the rest of our powers for free, which allows us to still play Glacier. Now, we're unfortunately still taking damage, but that might be fine. I'm not sure we actually want to play Echo Form. I forgot we had the Fiddle. I would really like... We have, what, 12, 16 block? This can do 24. We can do enough damage to kill one of them, which is probably going to have to be enough. Put Glass Zap into Strike. Okay, we got out of there only taking 2 max HP. I don't think we need any of these. Let's see what the shop has. A Molten Egg. I think it's probably a bit too late, as we don't really want to be adding copies of cards to our deck. Game Piece would have been really nice if 1, we could afford it, and 2, we didn't have Fiddle. And Dolly's Mirror on an upgraded Defrag or an Echo Form is kind of crazy. I mean, copying Echo Form makes it twice as likely that we draw it. It's either going on Defrag or Echo Form. I think it unfortunately has to go on Defrag. Defrag is just easier to play, and we play it in every fight as opposed to just boss fights. Well, I suppose there's other fights we want to play Echo Form in, like, I'd probably like to play Echo Form here if it showed up, but that's not going to be how it shakes out. We unfortunately don't have subroutine up, which means I can only play 1 Defrag, as tragic as it is. I don't think I can play Echo Form here. What I would like to do is get a Frost Orb up front and then dual cast it. I think that looks as something like this. Okay, and then we don't take damage. I think I'm finally starting to get Defect. Maybe. Generally every run I say that, I die immediately after. So I take it back. Subroutine lets us play Capacitor, then we can play Leap. And Strike. Don't overthink it. Could add the hologram back. Feral just looks like terrible Echo Form that works with, like, only go for the eyes. I think hologram might be helpful, like, if there's one of our powers we really want to play and we're not able to play it that turn. This seems awful. We have a lot of upgrades. I just really hope it doesn't hit either of the defrags. That's fine. That's fine, honestly. Hit what? A focus strike? Can I check? Can I check the node? Zap and focus strike. And we got hotfix, capacitor, and loop upgraded. That doesn't seem bad. Now, this is a fight I really want to play Echo Form, but I really want to play a lot of different cards. Wow. This is awful. Where's my Gambler's Brew? I think I'm literally going to have to Speed Potion, Leap, Hologram. Modded. Oh, I take 7 to play Defrag. I gotta get 1 Defrag out there. And burning the Echo Form feels awful, but I can't eat 29 damage. This is kind of spooky. Probably like Glacier Loop. Yeah, and with the Ripple Basin, we're not taking any damage. The Ripple Basin has been putting in more work than I gave it credit for. I didn't think there were going to be many turns where we just don't play power, or don't play attacks, but what do I know, I suppose. Being able to perfectly block that feels nice. We do have the subroutine up, so we can just play these for free. Then maybe throw out Focus Strike, Glasswork, Charge Battery? I don't know, it means we're not taking damage. Hot Fix. Go for the eyes, Focus Strike. Ball Lightning, Ultimate Defend? I think that means we're not taking damage, and if we dual cast, we'll have both of the loops. Both of the loops hit on a Frost. Wow. Okay, so we don't need to worry about block at all this turn. Which means we can just end the fight. A Sword of Jade has been putting in quite a bit of work. I don't think I want any of these except maybe Glasswork. We're against Doormaker with 3 rest sites. 25 cards in our deck. I'll take the Glasswork, although I'm uncertain about it. And I think I'd like to upgrade Echo Form. That way, if we run into a situation where we can't play it, we can hologram it back to our hand. Making subroutine free would also be pretty nice. If we draw subroutine before Echo Form, then we can Echo Form and still have 1 energy left. Well, this kind of sucks. It's a Froggy Frog world. Well, we didn't take damage. It's fine. It's fine. Man, taking that subroutine early may or may not have been the right play, but I'm definitely not regretting it. Defrag, defrag. I don't think there's anything we really need to hologram back. Could hologram like Zab? Maybe. I wonder if Razor Tooth is going to make it so that hologram doesn't exhaust. Nope, still exhausts. I think we need to put the Glacier up. Like, we're not benefiting from the block this turn, but having 2 Frost Orbs up feels very helpful. And we can play Echo Form and 1 other card. Probably Leap. As we're kind of just stalling out, waiting for... Oh. Gotta remember the Echo Form. Go ahead and play the Glacier. We have lethal, it's fine. I don't think I want another glass work, but I think we can take the loss of an orb slot for bulk up. I think we want to upgrade our Zap. Although upgrades aren't as important with Razortooth. This guy is really who I don't want to run into. As much as I'd like to save the vulnerable potion, I am quite scared of this guy. Scared enough to put up a glacier? No. We also have a letter opener. I don't remember getting a letter opener. Okay, maybe this guy isn't all that scary. I say with fear in my heart. Block for 2? Maybe we should have pulled another go for the eyes. That may have been 3 attacks with the ornamental fan. Anyway, this turn kind of sucks, but on the bright side, he's dead. I mean, we're not running into a Lightbulb Man again. This guy, I think we should be fine against. On the other hand, I really don't want to eat 25 damage. It's really not how I want to do the turn, but I don't want to eat 25 damage. Maybe that was the wrong play. Maybe I'll regret it. Maybe it's Maybelline. So this guy has actually killed me a couple of times. So I'm gonna try and take him more seriously than I do on someone like Ironclad. Like, see, this 40 damage thing kind of sucks. Good hologram. For a glasswork? And then ultimate defend? I mean, we're not taking damage. And we draw into our Echo form again, but first we're going to play this subroutine, and then we'll have 2 energy. And then I suppose we just play our attacks. Okay, I think this fight has gone pretty well, all things considered. Especially now that it's over. The Vajra. It's not Vira, it's Vajra. I looked it up. Now I suppose there could also be a Vira, and the Vajra is just coincidentally shaped the same way as the first Google result. I mean, may as well just pop that right now. And I don't like the amount of damage we're taking, but we gotta get our powers out there. Some more weaken. Where is our subroutine? I mean, play another loop into Zap. And Glasswork Leap? That's still way more damage than I'd like to take. Still no subroutine? Really? Oh my gosh. Okay, we have a kill set up on the door this turn. At the start of our turn, and he's going to be stunned. Okay, this is our chance to go in. Thankfully, we have our hologram. We can't hologram Echo Form. We can hologram Defrag. But, I mean, is it too greedy to try and wait for Echo Form Defrag? And I think the answer is yes. So, on the other hand, I think we'll be glad that we did this. This next draw, I was about to say, this next draw is going to be insanely significant. I also just realized I took the reboot while we have Fiddle. So perhaps not the best decision, but yeah. Unfortunately drew into the defrag before we could get the Echo Form up, so I think we're really just going to have to play it. Right now we have 20 block. How about we play this, and reboot just to get it out of our deck. And that also, it still does shuffle our draw pile at least. Another go for the eyes. Looks like there's not much way to avoid taking a lot of damage here. So I guess we can modded, focused, ball, and then play a normal strike to upgrade it. If we lose by 3 damage, I'm gonna tweak out about that one. What is happening? That was the start of my turn. Trigger the passive ability of all of your orbs. All of your orbs? Okay. I get it now. We still haven't played Echo Form. We could play Hologram, a hotfix. Play the hotfix. Play a Glasswork, and then dual cast Glasswork, and he'll die to our orbs. Now we really need to kill Doormaker. And I don't think that means playing Echo Form to take a lot of damage. Or maybe it does. Echo Form will give us 2 power back. Bulk Up is free. Zap. And then Glacier makes it so that we're not taking damage. And now we have our Echo Form up. Surely we can find a way to get lethal this turn. Maybe something like Ball Lightning? No. You double hotfix, and then you Glasswork, and then you Focus Strike, and then you Ball Lightning. And then you kill Doormaker. This is our fastest defect run I've ever had. That was an actual win. What are you doing here? Repair you? Make me. I'm adding sound effects for the architect because he doesn't have any. Well, that was amazing. I'll go ahead and actually do a run analysis because we won on defect. Okay, I'm seeing why we won on defect. I believe the answer to be Sword of Jade, and then we didn't die to the elites. We actually went and fought a ton of elites, And oh, I guess we also got 2 copies of Defrag. Hot Fix, Focus Strike, Focus Strike. And our starting relic was scroll boxes. What did we get from it? Ball, Lightning, Leap, and Glacier. Oh, yeah, so maybe the win was kind of handed to us. But that's alright. I had a good time, and I hope you did too. What I do know is I'll get possessed by the ghost of YouTube. Say, if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you have any comments, I need to get better about Defect, go ahead and leave me down a comment below. I mean, the advice. Or, honestly, like a link to an entire tutorial on how to play Defect would probably be nice. And if you want to see more content in the future, go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, you will have a beautiful day.